If you want to get more out of your weekend, you got to get more out of your truck. Storage for your tools, cover from the elements, and protection that stands up under pressure. Whether it's a little DIY or your next big project, we say bring it to the backyard, to the barnyard, to everything you can throw at it and everything that stands in its way, because it's not about getting the job done. It's about getting the job done right. Real Truck, bring your truck to life. Hey everyone, Tony here with another Jeep Talk Show episode. Today, April and I are going to break down overlanding. I started to say overhauling, but that would be a different show. And the Jeep Wrangler JLU and the Gladiator JT. Why these rigs rule for multi-day adventures and key mods you need. The JLU versus JT pros and cons, beginner trip planning, and some of our favorite destinations. Fan favorite Nikki G jumps in with his usual chaos stories and laughs to keep it real. And I don't think Nikki G has anything to do with keeping it real. That would be a weird world to live in if that was real.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, it does. And since it's holiday season, we'll wrap up with a fun round of what do you eat for Christmas? Turkey, ham, tamales, or something totally weird? We'll share our debate on the best holiday spreads. Grab your eggnog, tune in, and get ready for Jeep Talk Show laughs and a little Christmas cheer. April, where can people find you elsewhere outside of the Jeep Talk Show?
So outside of the Jeep Talk Show, which I love, by the way, you can also find me on Women Off-Road Warriors podcast. We have another one that we do. I do it with a couple of friends, Chrissy and Lily. Shout out to them. But we're actually filming tonight as well, and we're doing the filming in our PJs and with some hot chocolate. So it'll be our last podcast of this year, and then we'll start up strong again next year. But yeah, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. You can listen by just video or audio. So take your pick. But yeah, we'd love to have you join us over there as well. Can
I give you a recommendation for a drinking game?
Oh, sure.
Because I know you guys cut it up and laugh a lot. So
yes.
Every time somebody spills hot chocolate on their PJs, the listener viewer has to take a drink.
All right. I'm all for it.
And if you announce
I'm such a klutz that I will absolutely spill my drink.
I was going to say, and if you announce that, it's going to make everybody be a klutz.
Oh,
it's going to say they're going to try really hard not to spill their hot chocolate on, which exactly. They don't want to anyway, because nobody tries to get hot chocolate out of clothing. So
no. I actually had spaghetti last night, and I was complaining because I always wear my food, and I should never eat spaghetti. It's just a no for me, but I really do like it.
It's so good, yeah.
It's so good, but it's so messy for someone of my nature.
I always seem to wear a light colored shirt when I'm eating spaghetti.
Yes,
and I didn't know ahead of time. Yeah, and I didn't know ahead of time the spaghetti is what I was going to be eating. Yeah. So
always. That's how it goes.
I just need to get a bib or just take my shirt off.
That would be great. Either one.
All right. Well, let's get started with this overlanding stuff. Now, we know that you have a overland dedicated rig. It is a Gladiator.
Yes.
So I thought that was really cool and perfect for this conversation today. Overlanding and Jeep Wrangler Unlimited and the Gladiator JT. Now you have both, so I think that your insight will be very good. I've never even I think this is right. I've never even been inside a JLU, so I don't really know how much room there is in there.
Okay.
And we'll get into it, but I think it just really depends on if you're going to stay in your vehicle, overland in your vehicle, and sleep there, or if you're going to carry a pop-up tent or a trailer with a pop-up tent.
So initially, the JLU that I have was to be my overland rig.
Oh, good.
I never intended on buying the JT and making it the overland rig. So what happened is someone reached out and wanted to put a huge audio setup system in my rig. And I always wanted that too, because that was super cool. So I did that, but then I couldn't do my overland rig. So I had to buy a whole new vehicle.
Oh.
Which is what I did. So, I have actually slept in the JLU with like a hay trip mattress blow up. So
it was on purpose. It wasn't because you were drinking heavily.
No, it was on purpose. That's just, if anybody that knows me knows I started out as a camping girl. So that's where my heart was to start. And I have camped throughout my childhood. I mean, literally, my parents never camped. I never camped with my parents, which is actually
Interesting.
funny to think. Not once. My neighbors, people at my church, anybody that I could find that would go camping, somehow I would always end up on their camping family trip. So they're like, here's this girl again. She's coming camping with the family.
Oh, I'm sure they enjoyed you.
But
They wouldn't have invited you
I
if they
had so
didn't enjoy
much
you.
fun, and I always weaseled my way into other people's family camping trips. So, yeah, being outdoors, just loving life, nature, around the campfire was always my thing. And then I found my love of off road. My dad had the body shop, building vehicles, and, it just kind of came full circle for me. Um, Whenever I realized that I could actually take my vehicle off road wherever I wanted to and camp rather than just, a state park, um, a national type forest. I could, it just became even more real and even more cool. But yeah, as far as building up your rigs, take your pick. JLU, the JLT, the JT would be great to camp off road in. So yeah.
Would you say that the the JT, the Gladiator, would be more in tune with just taking the Gladiator and to take it overlanding, off road, and sleeping in because you got that bed? Now, keep in mind it's only a 5-foot bed, but I actually got a tent that attaches to the bed of the Gladiator, and it goes all the way out to the tailgate. So you put the tailgate down. So my feet are kind of hanging out of the back of the Gladiator, but it's still covered with the tent. So you get
Okay.
that additional 2 feet or so from
So what
the
kind of
tail.
tent do you have?
I'm brain farting on the exact name of it. It wasn't. It's not a fancy tent. I think it cost like about $100 bucks,
Okay.
$110. Took it to Easter Jeep Safari in 2023 because I wasn't going to stay at a hotel. Couldn't afford no damn hotel. And I put that thing up. I initially installed it on the Gladiator when I got it to see how it fit, and it's very nice. It even comes with a flap that goes over the top. So not only do you have the tent, but you also have like a windbreak or something
Okay, yeah.
that goes on top, or maybe some additional support in case you're in a
Right.
snowy area. And it was really easy to install. And then I got it installed. Got there to camp. It was pretty late whenever I got to camp there at EJS, and it was free. There's so much public
Oh,
land
yeah.
and where you can camp in Moab. FU Bob was the one who found this wonderful spot that was just great. Now, as it turned out, I didn't have to spend all week in the tent, but that first night I did, and I think it was in the 20s, low 20s.
Oh, I'm
And
sure you were glad to have that.
I just took a bunch of blankets, and I was snug as a bug. The only downside was fat boy and inflatable mattress. There's not enough
Not a
support.
bed, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
But
roughing it, but
but
it
I
does
slept
the job.
I slept very well. I stayed plenty warm, and it was very windy, and the
Yeah.
tent survived just fine.
Good.
And I really liked it because I have a cover on the bed. I just rolled the cover up and then installed the tent. I didn't have to take the cover off. I just rolled it up because it's a flexible one, and put the tent on, and I slept there all night. And when I was able to be comfortable, I wasn't always comfortable because feeling the hard bed
Right.
underneath me. And when I say bed, I mean the Gladiator bed, the metal part. But I can well imagine that if I had a better mattress, it would have been very enjoyable. It's not as enjoyable as a hotel room. Shout out to Chip for sharing his his hotel room with me the rest of the week. I felt bad for the other guys, but
Oh, man. You chinced out on that.
oh,
What?
absolutely.
No, that's an automatic fail.
It was gorgeous. I'm so glad that I was there at least that first night.
Yes.
And I got to see it in the morning, and oh my God. I always talk about this. Moab is just beautiful.
It really is, and to have the opportunity to sleep just out in the great outdoors. I don't know, for me, that's that's just amazing. So, like I said, growing up, I was out camping with whoever would let me camp. So, never, not once, went camping with my actual parents. So, yeah, I would have been the girl staying.
That's usually what keeps gets people camping when they're young adult into adulthood, especially when they have children. Is because it's something that you did with your parents.
Right. Yeah. Nope. Not for me.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's something you enjoy. Absolutely. You're an adult. You can do what you want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. I enjoyed it. No, my parents were very much hotel people. And not that I'm not a hotel person as well, but I liked it. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. Fishing, all the things. Catching dragonflies. I don't know. It was just something about it. But yeah, so I have an extrusion overland bed rack. So my tent sits above the truck. And then I have an inspired overland tent. So really roomy, really nice. And it's one of their really lightweight ones. So as far as like the poundage on it, I want to say it's like 70 pounds, maybe 70, 80 pounds. It's one of the lightest tents that you can get that's available. And I think they might have an even lighter one. So yeah, they're a really nice tent to have. The padding on it, like you said, you want to get some extra padding just as far as comfort goes. But yeah, it's a great setup. I love it.
Well, if you can't carry the padding in the tent, you can carry it in the bed of the
Yes,
Gladiator and
that
just
is
move it
true.
up. So,
Yes.
I mean, you want to get a good night's sleep. I mean, there's some people that can sleep on a rock hard flat surface and they're just fine.
Right.
That's
could.
not me. Oh, well, I take that back.
Yeah.
I can do that because I fell asleep in the garage while I think I was replacing the clutch in my wife's TJ. And I don't like stopping. When I start working on something, I like to get it
Yes.
finished and be done with it. And I was laying out there at like 2:00 in the morning and I decided to take a break and I
Oh my
laid down,
gosh.
went to sleep. I didn't sleep long, but I was
Just
fell
enough.
asleep. Yeah, it felt good. I mean, it was nice having that nap. All right, let's get into some overland basics. I think we may have already touched on a few. So we would like to just define overlanding as a multi-day event, self-reliant travel. And I think that's the important thing.
Yes.
This actually may be a way for you to survive in a serious situation, natural disasters,
Yes.
flooding, leaving your home to get away from flooding. It would be nice where maybe you're not necessarily enjoying the camping out, but you're surviving and you're doing so because of your Jeep and what you've already learned by doing overlanding. So this is, I mean, what do you think the basic off-roading versus overlanding is all about, April? Do you think that you kind of need both of them, don't you?
You do need both of them. And it's funny that you mentioned that about natural disasters or, the zombie apocalypse. But again, growing up, I never really thought about this, but this is where this came from. My parents were huge, what do you call
Preppers?
preppers? Yes. And so based on that being my childhood, and when I say preppers, I mean, yeah, we were ready. We were ready for anything. And they still are. We still are. And the one rule of that is they said, don't ever tell anybody that. But there you go.
Uh-oh. So there'll be a 30-second long bleep
Yeah.
in this episode.
So that's the one part of be a prepper. You don't tell anybody that you're a prepper. But
Do they have like a cave or an underground complex?
I can't even say.
Where exactly do they live?
Exactly.
Just in case.
I can't say. But that is part of that. So for me now, even like under my bed, I have a year's worth of food supply.
It's great.
Which is crazy to think
No,
that,
it's not.
that I have that, but I do. That's what's literally under my bed.
That's a good thing to take overlanding. I mean, as a backup.
So for me, the prepping, the camping, the off-roading, to be able to literally, if there were a disaster, a zombie chasing me, I can jump in my rig. I'm fully prepared and I can try to live off the grid for as long as I can. Now, do people really want to do that? I don't know, but I would. I'm all for it. So for me, I've always just kind of been, even though I'm having fun, in the back of my mind, I'm also preparing for a natural disaster, which is crazy.
What kind of natural disasters would you guys have there? Fire? I don't guess you really have a problem with frozen weather type stuff.
No frozen weather. Hurricane, tornadoes, that sort of thing.
Well, but I don't think people think about this, but whenever you're in a natural disaster, people get scared and they get crazy as far as stealing or taking things that they would normally not do because they're concerned about survival.
Yes. And I think for growing up, my dad always said, just be prepared and be ready to pick up and go at any time. So literally when I was a kid, I had a suitcase packed under my bed at all times, ready to go.
What's that thing called? I was going to say, oh shit, but that's oh shit handled. It was like your bug out bag.
Yes, that's what I had as a little girl, and I just assumed that everybody lived that way. But now that I know, they don't live that way.
No,
so,
I wouldn't be embarrassed by that.
I might have been kind of traumatized.
It's a survival thing. I mean, you may feel awkward, but if you survive and other people are dead, then you won't care about feeling awkward because only the people that were prepared has made it. Yeah. So one of the things I was going to mention is that especially if anybody has any inkling that you're a prepper, when things go bad, they may be coming to your house.
Right, and that's why I don't tell anyone.
Right, but I'm saying if you have an overland vehicle, you can leave your house.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that they won't try to get your overland rig either, but it's harder to find where that is. Right. It's a lot easier to find the house, and you'll expect to find people in houses.
Put it this way, if all hell broke loose, you would not find me at my house.
Yeah,
I would be long gone.
And with your love of camping,
and I would be able to survive. So for as long as possible.
And this wasn't part of the conversation, but if any of us have seen War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise,
I have.
They had a nice van until it was taken from them.
Yes.
So it didn't dawn on me because I'll go back to a story I've told before. 2005, Hurricane Rita was threatening us. It was Category 5 there for a bit, and this is right after not Charisma. I forget that one that hit Louisiana. I want to say Carvel, but that's a political guy. Anyway, Katrina hit New Orleans, and then Rita came in right after that and was threatening us. So it was scary after seeing what happened to New Orleans.
Yes, that was a rough one.
That was when, after that, and it went into Beaumont, which is about 100 miles further towards Louisiana than where we live. And after watching that, I started building up the XJ because I said, this is stupid to have a Jeep that isn't more off-road capable than stock. Because the I-10, now here just 4 miles from where we live, I-10 was packed for 12 hours. Nobody moved because everybody was trying to leave. So I thought, I need a vehicle that doesn't need roads. I mean, certainly I would be on the road wherever it could be.
Right.
But there's lots of grass. There's lots of places because you don't want to be stuck out in a hurricane, a level 5 hurricane, with your family in a vehicle on the interstate. And it wasn't until after I started building it up, and it was before I saw the War of the Worlds movie, it dawned on me, what's going to happen if I'm there in my Jeep with my family, getting them to safety, and other people are stuck in I-10 traffic, haven't moved in many, many, many hours. They're going to want to take my vehicle. Yeah.
And you have to be prepared for that.
And that's when I got what I call the crowd pleaser, an AK-47 with multiple 30 round magazines, because hopefully I could just show that whenever they were trying to take my vehicle, and they'd say, you're fine. Go with God. We'll get the next guy.
I mean, honestly, that's one of those times you don't stop.
No, but if you're momentarily stuck, and sometimes you got to roll over them. I mean, it's horrible. Yeah, but people get crazy.
You're gonna get canceled.
Nah. I think this is good information, and people need to think about this.
Yes,
I didn't think about it initially. Yeah, it wasn't until later that I thought about it.
That was my whole childhood.
Yeah.
Literally bug out bag under my bed. We were ready at all times. And then whenever I had my family, I leave it to me to get us completely off subject. Jeeps. But I mean,
think that's why people listen, is because it is an interesting conversation.
It really, for me, it's a 360. It's the camping. It's the love of it. It's the being prepared. It's, you know,
Hell,
being
just
able
getting
to
used
go
to going to
places
the
where
bathroom
somebody,
outside.
yeah,
I mean,
somebody else can't. It's all those things for me. So, for a lot of people, maybe it is just being able to go roll over some rocks. It's so much more for me. It really is.
but
It
it's
truly is.
sad if you don't take that knowledge that you have and the ability of your rig to go places where nobody else can, and
Right.
not use it to not only enjoy your life, but maybe keep your life going.
Yeah. And then the other part of that too is when we do have natural disasters, there are times when only our type of rigs can go where others can't and actually help people. So not only can you protect your family, but you can also go and help others.
Right.
So then there's that too. So I mean, it's just I don't know. There's so many good things about having a vehicle that is prepared for anything. Um, you know,
By the way, I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying be just think about your family and
right.
shoot any others that get in the way. I'm saying you want to keep your stuff so that you can protect yourself and your family's life. But that doesn't mean you can't help people.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to take care of your family. I mean, that's why parents are here, is to
Yeah.
make sure
And
that
everybody's initial is going to be to take care of someone. But I get what you're saying. If someone's, negligently coming after you and trying to hurt you or your family, then
right.
that's a whole
And they may be
different
very
thing.
good people. I mean,
Right.
normally, but fear, when fear
Changes
takes
people.
hold, oh, absolutely, and I completely understand it. And I'm just trying to take care of the stuff before I get to that point.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not going to be scared during the situation
Right.
too, but at least I've thought ahead, and certainly you've thought ahead, and,
Yeah.
and luckily your parents taught this to you, because
Yeah.
why if you were in a bad situation, that right then is not the time to learn it.
Oh, no. I have a list. I'm ready, and I have everything
This
on
is really
hand.
interesting. I had no idea that all these things.
I
Now,
know.
how is your husband with this? Does he look at you funny, or is he a prepper
So
now?
I am definitely the prepper. I'm the one, but little by little, yes, I have changed him. I've definitely changed him.
Well, it's just
So
logical. It makes sense when you explain the things
we
to
have
people.
containers for all the things, and if we needed to go, we have it. We have it on hand. We don't, there's no running to the store and trying to buy it and get it.
Oh no, it's too late.
It's too late. You're 10 steps behind. So, for me, I just want to get out ahead of everyone else and be gone before any chaos
Oh yeah.
further would break out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's so many different aspects of owning a vehicle that can get you places that can't others can't.
Mhm. Oh, and this is another reason I think that people need to learn how to go wheeling. Even if you
Yes,
don't do it all the time, you need to know
correct.
how to use your Jeep off road.
Yes. How to Yeah,
Even if you're not a prepper, even if you're not going to bug out, just being in a big weather event,
right.
having the ability to get off or get up higher, especially during flooding situations, which we get a lot of here in Houston with tropical waves, and sometimes just heavy rainstorms that train over the area. And I still don't understand why they dig the streets down in Houston, but there you go. They dig down or have these underpasses that are 30 feet lower than the road surface.
Wow.
Great place to do an insurance job, though. If you want to,
That's true.
if you're
Oh,
upside down on your car, you just drive it into the 30 feet of water.
jeez.
Help me, I'm an idiot. All right. So basic off-roading. I mean, I think that the very start of it is think about what kind of vehicle you're going to get.
Yeah.
If you really like that Corvette or really like that Tesla, it may not be a good thing for really anything, any kind of natural disaster, even zombies. You could get
Yeah.
overwhelmed by zombies.
I mean,
So
it's sad but true.
yeah, I mean, it's fun to have a car, especially if it's a fast car. But do you want a go fast or go anywhere? And
Yeah.
the Jeep definitely is a go anywhere. And when
Go
I say
anywhere.
the Jeep, I'm not talking about Compasses or Renegades or whatever. I'm talking about anywhere from the CJs all the way up to the JLs. Those are off-road vehicles, and many in stock form, especially these days, the new ones are very capable off-road straight from the factory.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are. You can't go wrong.
Yep. So there's affordable used options as well. I think there's still some XJs out there to be had. Massive aftermarket support and that classic Jeep community vibe. And we're talking about people that we might run across, nefarious people that we might run across during an emergency. I think that you have a better chance with Jeep people, especially if they're in their own Jeep, and might actually work well to your favor of being part of the Jeep community.
Yes, and even better than that, if you have friends in the community that are Jeepers, and one's a doctor, trust. I have thought about all these things. So you need a mechanic.
Do you have a secret Jeeper prep preppers group,
Jeep
don't you?
Preppers group. Now you know. Everybody's going to want to be a part of it now.
Doctors don't have to do anything except be there. They don't have to clean animals, gut animals.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it
now
is.
You're thinking.
Hey, speaking of community, you can be part of the Jeep Talk Show community. Just join us on our roundtable episode every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Join our Discord server. Both excellent ways to interact with other Jeep Talk Show fans, and maybe we'll set up a prepper for each individual area out there. It's never good to advertise your prepping stuff, but we could do it. Depending on how well armed you are, it may not matter. You can join our newsletter and get reminders of new episodes and events. Just go to jeeptalkshow.com/contact to find out all the ways to be part of the Jeep Talk Show community. It's a lot of fun too. Just Jeepers talking about BS stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, absolutely. Well, it's all part of the same thing. So, why would you choose a JLU versus a JT, or would you? For example, the JLU is compact yet spacious for 4 or 5 people, easier to maneuver on tight trails. Certainly, the departure angle is better. Better fuel economy for long drives. Great for rooftop tents or interior builds. The only thing that I see a problem with rooftop tents on either the Gladiator or the JLU is the center of gravity moves up, which I think was important. You were talking about that tent that you added was only 70 pounds. So that wouldn't get you in a bad situation off-road, or shouldn't as bad.
But it's still, you do still have to account for all the weight that you have and where you go. And also to that, my daughter in her Jeep, she also has an inside system where she can camp and stay inside if she needs to.
That's neat.
The prepping just goes down generations. So not only are we prepared, but she's prepared. But
perfect. Well, you want your child to be able to survive.
She has a whole camping setup within her Jeep. Sink, whole 9 yards.
Now I can't remember. Is she away at school and college?
She is. She's at college right now. She's actually doing business marketing.
So imagine that. She needs to be able to know survival on her own.
Yeah, she does.
I'm sure she's not just down the street.
She's not. No, she's not down the street. She'll be home for Christmas. So, but yeah, as far as we have the Overland rig, then we have my rig, and then her rig, she has a system set up too, but it's within her Jeep. So
how tall is she?
She's 5'4".
So she can sleep in the Jeep pretty easily.
Yeah, she sure can.
Yeah. So the JT, the Gladiator, extra bed space for gear like kayaks or bikes. I can't see that on okay, guys, I guess I could see that on just overlanding, but not so necessarily in a prepper environment. Although the kayak could be very handy for fishing and gathering food.
I actually have system setups for a bike and
this
for
is so
kayak.
Cool. We're going to have to talk about prepping on a future episode.
You have no idea, but yeah, I've got the racks for both.
Yeah, it makes complete sense to me. I wouldn't say I'm a prepper, but I like knowing about things in case I need to go that direction. For example, I was shocked about honey. Honey doesn't go bad.
Correct.
They have found honey in Egypt that's over 5,000 years old that is still edible. And when I say anything's edible, but it won't kill you and it's still perfectly fine. I just don't know how well every meal being honey would be.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Put that
But
on some
there are a
pine
lot of
bark.
things that you can have, and especially replace, every 10 years, your good staple stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I have a list.
If I get a little extra money, I would love to have some MREs.
Yes.
Just to have stored in a nice, cool place, not a refrigerated place, just a cool place, just in case.
Yeah,
And
under your bed.
yeah, it's oh no, I'm not. Never mind. So, oh wait, let me take a break. I need to get that little snack. No, I'm just going to get from under the bed. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I think that the JT in my mind is a much better thing, less expensive because the vehicle is bigger and you have a bed and you can use the bed like I do with the tent and
Right.
the air mattress. Just need to get a decent mattress. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. The mattress can just stay back there.
Okay.
It isn't like you have to roll it up or anything, and you can put stuff on top of it as long as it doesn't crush the mattress. So I think the Gladiator is a really good platform. And barring that, you can always just climb in the cab and push the
Exactly.
seat back and sleep that way. I mean, if you need sleep, you can get it.
Yes, you can.
All right, so let's talk about essential modifications for overlanding. Let's talk about must-haves. For overlanding, do you think you need larger tires, more aggressive tires?
I don't think so, not personally. I think 35s are sufficient for overlanding. Anything much over that, I mean, I do know, obviously I have friends that have much larger tires, but me personally, I don't think I would go above 35 for my overland rig.
Mhm.
If that's what I'm specifically using it for, and
Right.
that's what I specifically use that one for. I off-road in the JLU, so
I think 35s to
or major
37s.
off-roading.
I think if you have 35s to 37s, especially the maximum traction ones, I think that you can probably wheel 95 to 97% of all the places in the United States.
You could get to where you needed to get to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you had a winch on there.
Yes.
So, the 35s, now I would say that maybe people don't think about this, but going to 37s, 40s, 42s might impede your ability to get your fat ass up in the bed of the Gladiator to get in
True.
bed. You may need a step stool.
Very possible.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. It's like, oh, I'm going to 42s. And then you have to start
And then you
asking
gotta
your
get up
buddies.
there.
Yeah. You have to ask your buddies,
Can you give me a lift?
Little help. I'm not putting you to bed, Sam.
You don't want to be doing that. I think honestly, I've done some research and the ideal is 35.
Mhm.
I'm sure someone will come at me, but yeah.
Well, I mean, there's expense with that. If you go above 35s, like
True.
my
Very
Gladiator
true. You
has
have to trade
410
out some
gears,
stuff.
and
Mhm.
the 410s are probably a little too high numerically. High gear wise for the 35s. And if you go to 37s, you're probably looking at 456 gears at least. And then there's quite a bit of an expense and time down. Your Gladiator is to be down. And then there's break-in time. There's several things that go along with that. So if you can do 87% of the off-road sites in 35s, why not? And now you've got a good off-road rig, a good basic off-road rig, and a great overlander.
Yeah. Very true.
In this episode's Real Truck, realtruck.com, we're going to talk about the best tire deflators. More crucial than running the proper suspension setup, selecting the correct tire size, or even installing lockers is ensuring your tires aren't overinflated while trekking off-road and the beaten path. Tire pressure plays massive role in off-road traction, whether you're bombing through the dunes, hitting the dirt back road, or crawling over technical rock sections. Airing down your tires is a quick and inexpensive, if not free, way to drastically increase the size of your tire's contact patch and boost traction. While manually deflating tires one by one is always an option, it's a time-consuming of pressing the Schrader valve, checking the pressure, rinsing and repeating until the tires are at your desired pressure, and you're always going to be off a little bit. That's where off-road tire deflators come in handy. In this guide, learn the uses of tire deflators, if and why you need them, and Real Truck's top products to make airing down your tires a quick and easy process. In this blog entry, we will cover what are tire deflators, do you need tire deflators, top products picks for overlanding, and top product picks for off-roading. Now you can read all about this simply by going to realtruck.com/blog and searching for the best tire deflators.
And the bigger you make it, the more easier you're seen.
Yes.
You might not want to be seen.
And depending on the color that you have, and I think about this.
Yes, mine is red. So
the XJ that I was building up as a bug out vehicle is also red. So
yes, probably should have went with green.
Yes,
or brown.
Nice military green.
Camo.
All right. So, and you've already mentioned this. The roof rack part you have, but if you add rock sliders, which I think are probably the first thing that you should do.
Yeah.
Because even, the tires and the wheels, and the lift, this is so cool. It makes a huge difference in the look of the vehicle. But if you don't have rock sliders, I know you're not going off road, but actual tough rock sliders that can support the weight of your Jeep protect the rockers and the bottoms of the doors. So when I say protect them, I'm not talking about paint chips.
No.
Which it will do that, but I'm talking about bends, things that get bent. Yes. And you could be in a disaster situation. You may have to drive over a telephone pole.
Yeah. It's very possible.
Yeah. And then your door doesn't open because, you came down on the telephone pole and it screwed it up. Rock sliders, it ain't going to care. And you ain't going to care whenever you give it the beans to get over that that telephone pole or tree or whatever that's happened. So I don't know if you ever saw this one. They had a big earthquake 10 or 20 years ago in Alaska. And there was a CJ that said, "Get the hell out of my way." The road was just like shelves because it broke apart the road.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And the CJ was like, "Get the hell out of the way. I got Jeep things to do," and drove over all those shelves and stuff. And I think everybody was going, "Oh, this guy's an idiot." And he got over the thing. And I think he came back with the milk that he went to go get from the store.
Stop.
Or there's probably some smokes. He needed some smokes. That's probably what it was.
Probably.
But it was so cool. It was a great Jeep commercial. Because it was a really cool. This wasn't minor stop type stuff. It's like 3-4 foot areas where the road had separated, cracked into blocks and stuff. And they may still have that now. Jeep should have got out there and filmed some stuff for that.
They should have. They need to redo that.
Yeah. So you mentioned roof racks. You got a roof, not a roof rack. You have a rack on your Gladiator bed
rack.
Yeah, there's roof racks, which I think is also a good idea. Do you have a roof rack on your JLU?
No, but that was what I was going to do. So yeah, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it. There's a possibility that eventually I'll add that on as well. So, yeah, I had a company that was actually sending roof racks for both mine and Amber's, but they went under. So we won't talk about
Well, they were giving away too many free roof racks.
No, it's the tariffs, bless. But yeah.
Oh, so this is recently.
This is recently.
Yeah.
Yes, this is within this is since Great Smoky Mountain Jeep around that time. So yeah.
So knowing your situation and interest in prepping, I'm going to put a bug in your ear that'll mess you up. What if the Gladiator's down and the emergency happens and you can't bug out?
Oh, no, I'm good.
And you didn't need, now you need that roof rack.
I don't need a roof rack. Yeah, I do not need a roof rack. Trust me. Yeah. I have every kind of tent imaginable. 1 person, 2 people, 10 people. If I needed to build a shelter, I could build a shelter. I don't need a tent. No, I'm good.
There's 4 people in your family, right?
5.
5. So your choice will be: do I pack that extra stuff, or does somebody stay home?
So I packed the extra stuff.
Because you didn't have the roof rack to put the stuff on. Sorry, Billy.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
This is why I also have single individual tents when we can't get along. So yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. As a backup.
Here's your tent, and here's your tent. Or
especially the gassy one, the boys.
Yes. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, there's this is Dragoon Unlimited. They have they're like military-based, really cool, tents that are very, non-visible
Oh,
if you
nice.
need to be. So yeah, those are ones we have, but really cool company. They have some neat gear, if you are trying to bug out. So there's that.
Yep. So, 35-inch tires, all terrains. I think it should be maximum traction. Even if you're just doing
Yes.
rocks, I think the maximum tractions really help you out. We mentioned rock sliders, skid plates. I think skid
Oh,
plates
yeah.
are very important. You
I
don't
do
want to
too.
break something coming down on a transfer case because the transfer case is important whether or not you're in four-wheel drive.
Yeah. I don't
You
love a
break,
skid plate, but, it serves a purpose.
yes. And also too, it helps move the center of gravity down. If you're using steel skid plates, it moves the center of gravity down, which I think is a help if you have a rooftop tent or a
Right.
rack like what you do on your Gladiator. It's like about 250, 280 pounds from Motobuilt.
Right.
So it's not that heavy, but it gives you a lot of protection. It's a full skid system. I love mine.
Yeah.
Winches, I think having a winch for the
Agreed.
recovery is very important, especially if you're not bugging out with a friend and their capable Jeep. So yeah. Electrical upgrades like dual batteries. I didn't think about that. So having an extra battery in case you left some lights on or something and being able to start that vehicle is very important.
Good point.
Um, yeah. So dual batteries is nice. Inverter so that you can power the 120 volt refrigerators or lights. And I love this one. This is a budget tip. Prioritize reliability over bling. And I think this is
Oh, yeah.
important whether you're doing a bug out or actual overlanding. I think
Yes.
in both those
Both.
situations, just keep it simple and operational.
Yeah. What do they say?
So
Simple, stupid. Yeah.
yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
Yeah.
Um, aim for a $5,000 to $10,000 in initial mods. Would you say that
Yes.
you've spent that much on your overland rig?
Me personally, I have friends,
Well, is that
but
realistic? Is
that
5
is
to 10 realistic?
realistic.
Yeah.
Yes. That's realistic. Yeah. Most importantly, I think are the things that you mentioned. That's going to get you going where you need to. Some people have, like you said, the whole shower system and all that. I had a buddy put out a video yesterday with a whole shower system, and I'm like, dude, I have a bamboo mat and a pot. It does, you don't. At the end of the day, you don't have to spend all the extra. There are things that you have at home on hand that will work.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Artemis rally and I'm out there boiling my water in a huge pot, standing on my bamboo mat and getting my shower. There's nothing wrong with that.
What a great
Um,
image for Instagram.
right? So, you can spend gobs and gobs of money,
Oh, and it's just
but
so
you
much
you don't
fun
ha
buying that
it
stuff.
is
Yeah.
fun, but you don't have to, as well. So
Mhm.
there are things that you can do, and cut back on. So,
Right.
yeah. But, yeah, if anyone wants to
Well,
send me a whole shower system, yeah, I'm okay with that.
sure. So this is good. It's good that you said that because planning your first overland trip, a beginner friendly. So start small. You do not have to start.
Yes.
You start with a week or 2 weeks out overlanding. Start small. Just do the weekend thing. Like you did the first time you went camping.
Right.
Nobody goes camping for a week or
Overnight, you
2 weeks.
can. Yes.
Overnight, yeah, it's fun just to get out there and see the stars and be off road and have the smoke chase you around the fire. Weekend trips, established trails like Moab or just down the road. I mean, I think everybody has a place where they can camp,
Yeah.
and especially if you're in a state that has public lands.
Yes. Well, and, I know out west, you guys have, just ample free land that you can camp.
Hmm.
But here in the East, on the East Coast, we have so many state parks, which is a great place to just go and start, just to set up your rig, have things at access if you absolutely need them.
Hmm.
But
Well, it teaches you what you need and what you don't need.
yes, yes, before you get out there completely on your own and you find yourself in a bind. Um, so, I would say, I mean, even things down to being prepared as far as animals you might come upon,
Thank you.
bears.
That's always
Uh,
worried me. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
more than likely,
I
it's
mean,
going to be a raccoon or a skunk that's
more than likely,
going to
but
be a problem. And
yes,
when I say a problem, they're just going to be roaming around. I don't think
right.
bears are a real issue unless you have food out.
Yeah, it depends. So, yeah, they're gonna come
Well,
for the food
I like having
for
my
sure.
boomstick just in
Your
case.
boomstick.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's what I should have said earlier instead of the specific firearm. All right, so challenges on how to come the common pitfalls. So you can have mechanical breakdowns. So that's why probably a
Right.
newer Jeep is going to be your friend. But you
Maybe.
can still have problems, especially if you don't have a skid system. You could roll over something, especially if you're not an experienced wheeler. Sometimes even if you are. Bad weather, you can be out and
Yes.
have bad weather happen. I remember a story that we did years ago about a couple that was out in their Grand Cherokee, I believe, and they got into a situation with a lot of snowfall. They were out there by themselves, and they tried to walk out. Actually, I think
Oh
the
gosh.
guy tried to walk out. I can't
Mhm.
remember how that actually what that wound up with, but I think it was positive. I don't think they died, but it was a serious
That's it.
situation. Yeah, and I don't
And
think
they
there was
say
any.
stay put if you
Well,
can.
they did initially, as
And
I recall,
okay.
but after a certain length of time, and of course it was snowy, so you had a water source, but you run the
Right.
risk of freezing because you're putting this cold
True.
stuff in your mouth and drinking it. So, but they weren't prepared. I think that anytime that you go anywhere in a Jeep, you should have some of the basics: a first aid kit, maybe something, a solar panel, a small solar panel that you can
Yeah.
charge stuff. It might take a long time, and of course, the situation may be that you have no sun to charge anything, but it's better to have
True.
it than not. So, and actually, that would be a good episode. What's the basics that you need to have in your Jeep just to survive in situations? And
Right.
they may have run out of gas. I can't remember. That's another thing you don't want to do. You don't want to take off into the wilderness on a quarter
Yeah.
tank of gas, especially when it's freezing out.
No.
All right, so now let's talk about some destinations. Where have you gone overlanding to?
I mean, all over. So, you really can go. The world is at your back door. You can go anywhere you want to. But as far as overlanding, I mean, we've got lots of state parks here that people go to and use. And then, your off road places, URI, Moab, you can go anywhere to
Mhm.
overland. So just traveling the world. But like when I do the Artemis rally, we're moving from place to place every day. You just be prepared,
Mhm.
enjoy, and find what interests you. Find a location that interests you.
Oh, that's
Research it
yeah, absolutely.
first.
Yes.
Research it. See what like I said, as far as animals and other things around. Just know the area. It's smart to know the area
And
before
keep
you
it
just
eh,
go.
yeah, and keep in mind you may be going to places where they don't allow your boomstick.
Correct.
And of course you're just using the boomstick for the animals, the wild animals, not the human
Right.
animals.
Yeah.
But even at that, they may not allow you to do that. So you have to
True.
take your own safety into account whenever you're going to places like this.
And just
So
talking about safety too, not to interrupt, but I have been in a situation where someone has come up to where I was camping, and you have to be prepared for that too. So not only animals, but you have to be prepared that not every situation and everywhere you end up is going to be a good one. Luckily, this one turned out well because it was in a state park, so there were other people around. But yeah, they had to be asked to leave. So you have to you can't just jump into something uh, and not be prepared for
mhm.
anything
M m
mechanically.
mace or pepper
Mace,
spray would be a good thing to have. That
mace,
way, they may survive depending on what
yeah,
you do after they're down.
very true. And funny story too with that. I sent my daughter the other day because she needed to update her mace, and just to Walmart, you can go get some mace.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "Where's the mace?" And they were like, "Honey, what are you about to spray?" So she had to ask like three different people because no one knew where the mace was. And I'm like, "Y'all work at Walmart." They were all employees. That's another thing. If all hell breaks loose, No, go ahead and have what you need to have on hand and be prepared. Don't be running all over Walmart trying to find the mace. Go ahead and have it.
Yeah.
But I just was kind of tickled. She was on FaceTime with me and I was hearing the comments and it was men. They're like, who what do you got going on? Why do you need some mace?
Yeah. Did anybody say I said I'm sorry?
I know, right? So she loves to FaceTime me when she's out shopping, but
That's neat.
that
That's
was
fun. Isn't that
that
cool
is
that we have that ability
it
now?
is. It is.
Yeah.
So that I was tickled by that. But yeah, go ahead and have your basics.
Oh, get
on
these things before you
hand.
need them. Like we were
Yes.
saying earlier, you don't want to go shopping whenever the all hell's breaking loose.
Right?
And all the milk
Exactly.
and bread are going to be missing.
Yes.
So anyway, top spots like Baja California for beaches, Colorado Alpine Loop for views, Trans-American Trail for epic cross countries. And we'd love to hear from you. Where have you gone? Where do you want to go? And go overlanding. And I just have to add the thing I always say: if you don't know what overlanding is, you go in someplace and you got a sandwich. And if you're going and eating on the road, that's overlanding. It's just really simple. That people used to do this in station wagons. Load the family up in the station wagon and take the little stove and go someplace, and they even the tent, and they would camp out. Nowadays, we got Jeeps that are going to be so much better than a station wagon, because you're screwed if you're off road in a station wagon. All right, so you've heard us mention Spotify. April mentioned Spotify earlier. I believe you're on Spotify now with your stuff, and I think many of you still think of Spotify as a music player. Maybe a few of you think about the audio podcast, but they stream video as well. And of course, I'm talking about the podcast things because we're on there. We're on YouTube as well, but if you could watch our episodes on Spotify, actually listen or watch, switch back and forth without interruption, I think it's a really cool way to consume the show. And I've heard some people, I think it's on iPhone, that if you're watching an episode on YouTube and then you turn the phone off, where the screen goes off, because if you're not watching it, you just want to listen, it stops playing.
Right.
So the Spotify doesn't do that. You can, and of course you don't even have to have the video going. You can switch over to audio only, put it in your pocket, and now listen with your wireless earbuds. Hell, it's a podcast. You don't even need stereo. You just need one earbud. Right. I think I've got one of those things that's like $16.
Yes.
And, it's this Bluetooth. So great for the gym too. And again, you can still hear what's going on around you. And I think it's important to hear what's going on, especially when you're out off road or away from all your stuff. I think it's really good to be able to hear at least out of one ear. So just go to jeeptalkshow.com/Spotify and check it out. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you can listen and watch ad-free. No ads, people, if you're a Patreon subscriber, and you can just go to Spotify. A lot of people don't like Patreon because their app is such crap.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that. You don't have to go with a crappy app. You can just use the Spotify app, which is very nice. All right, so it is time. April, are you ready for some Nikki G?
I'm ready. Bring him on.
Here we go. Take it away, Nikki G.
Hey, this is Nikki G, and I'm going to eat a cranberry crisp out of like a 15-year-old MRE. It looks how you think it would look. Ugh. I've ate some pretty foul stuff before. Ugh. Good thing I ate it today because it expires tomorrow. Well, that's not why I'm calling. I'm calling to tell you, did you know that Argentina is cold? I mean, really cold. Yeah, it's bordering chilly. That's a geography joke for anybody out there that has above an 8th grade education. All right, boys and girls, yeah. I guess the taste out of my mouth. All right, boys and girls, chat you later, and have a good one. Bye.
All right, Jeepers, we've covered the overland goodness. Now let's switch to something that'll make you hungry for this holiday season. April and I are closing the show with what do you eat on Christmas? April, what do you guys eat on Christmas?
Okay. I mean, we have a feast. We really do. I'm
Nice.
blessed with lots of family where I grew up. All the families here. So, when we eat, we eat. Everybody brings a dish or two or three or four. So it's like
Love
a
it.
whole smorgasbord. But turkey, ham, of course, are the staples, and then all your sides. Mashed potatoes.
Tell people where you're located again. What state?
I'm in South Carolina.
Is there
So,
anything regional? And you may not know since that's where you were born and brought up. But is there anything that you know of as being regional that maybe other people in the country don't eat?
Besides good Southern food, which we eat 365 days out of the year, specifically for Christmas, Thanksgiving, or New Year's, it's for the most part,
typical.
it's the typical. But yeah, out of the ordinary, just on a daily basis, your fried chicken, your mac and cheese, your mashed potatoes, all the things that are bad for you.
Have you found that it's hard to get really good mac and cheese? I like people trying,
no.
and I like sampling, but it's for me, it's never as good as what I want it to be. It needs to be creamy and not dry.
Yeah, no, I can make some good mac and cheese. And mac and cheese is, you don't mess that up. If you mess up the mashed potatoes or the mac and cheese, you've ruined it. You've ruined
Or the gravy.
the meal or the gravy.
Gravy's got to be good too. Yeah.
So dressing, like my mom makes it in a huge dish. Like I can't even, it's massive. It would feed 50 people, So, and there's no measuring. You just throw in the ingredients. No one knows the recipe.
Right.
It's that.
And she
that
doesn't know
type
it
of-
either.
No,
She's just throwing it together.
She couldn't
Yeah.
tell you if she wanted to. It's just I put
Yeah.
this
It's
in
not
there.
a secret. She's not trying to protect her recipe.
Right.
She's just, you got to be there.
You have to be there, and you just go ahead and video her because she can't. Yeah. She doesn't even know how much.
Yeah. My
So,
mother-in-law's like that.
sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, broccoli casserole.
Thank you.
Your salads.
There's some people that don't like green bean casserole, and I don't understand it.
What?
Every guy
No.
that has to take a food for like a work function or something, you got to bring food.
Yeah.
At some point, because of the groans, I think you stop bringing bags of chips and drinks.
Oh yeah.
And you go, somebody tells you about doing the green bean casserole. It's so easy to make.
It is easy.
And it
it's
is so good.
Yeah.
And doesn't all green bean casserole have the fried onions
Oh yeah.
on
Well, or at
top?
least
It has
mine
to have
does.
that.
Yeah.
I think it has to have that. It's just so good. I love that stuff. I was so sad when I had to put our green bean casserole to rest a full week and a day past Thanksgiving,
Yes.
which is too long. You shouldn't be eating that stuff that long, but I was doing it, damn it.
We do spinach casserole, all of it. Deviled eggs. You gotta have the deviled eggs. Pumpkin pie.
So my wife, originally from Mexico, she's been here since third grade. So a Latin family, and the tradition is tamales at Christmas time.
Oh, really?
So my mother-in-law always makes us makes the whole family a bunch of tamales.
Okay.
She's now 89 years old. So instead of us forcing her to make tamales, we got her to come over and be a supervisor this past Sunday, where my two girls, my wife and her sister, were in the kitchen making tamales. And I think
That's so
this is
cool.
right. They made 231 tamales.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and they were busy all day long. It's a lot of work.
That's cool.
So we have tamales for Christmas time, and this is something that I didn't know until I married my wife some 30 years ago, that she really likes fried tamales, especially for breakfast. So
Okay.
she'll put them in a pan and fry them up, and then they're nice and crispy and brown on both sides, and it's still the tamale. And for some strange reason, they started making chicken tamales. And to me, that ain't a tamale. It needs to be pork, damn it.
Pork. Yeah.
And did you know that there's sweet tamales? like
Yes.
strawberry
Yes.
and
Amber loves tamales. Yeah, yeah. She schooled us on the tamales, but I'm sure they're not like y'all's tamales, the
maybe not.
homemade,
Right.
good
Yeah. So
goodness.
it reminded me, my dad used to eat tamales, and I think they were Hormel, and they came in a can.
Ooh.
I know. But we didn't
That
have it. We
doesn't
didn't.
sound very good.
We didn't know no Latin people when we were, when I was a kid. It was funny because I bought a can of tamales because I had told the family about it. I bought a can of tamales and had them sitting
Oh
on the
my
thing,
gosh.
and my wife
She is like,
from
"Mm-mm."
Mexico, naturalized U.S. citizen now, but from Mexico, she goes, "Oh yeah, we used to eat those."
Really?
And I went,
That's
"Oh, holy hell.
surprising.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you eat that whenever you can have real
Right?
tamales?"
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have thought she would have put that down in a minute.
Oh, I figured I
What?
was going to get slapped by
Yeah,
my mother-in-law.
I would have thought so too.
But no, they used to eat them. It's
Dang.
amazing what you
Okay.
learn about people. No, but none of us are different, really. There's a few subtle differences, but we're all people and we all have the same likes
Yeah.
and fears and everything else.
Now, I will say for New Year's, we eat pork and sauerkraut, which is a
That's
Pennsylvania
interesting.
thing. But that's probably one of my favorite meals of the year is pork and sauerkraut.
Is there anything special about the pork? Is it barbecued? Is it just, or
No,
is it just pork?
and you just slather it with sauerkraut, and you have mashed potatoes. Pork, sauerkraut, and mashed potatoes.
I love
Every New
sauerkraut
Year's.
on a hot dog.
Yes, yes. Yeah, but yeah, that's probably the only thing that would stand out as far as our family eats that might be different than other people.
Yeah, that
But maybe
definitely is
not.
different.
Yeah.
My wife and I are both big cabbage fans. So
Really?
cook cabbage.
Okay.
My mom used to make. This isn't a Christmas thing, but my mom used to put the cabbage and I think it was 4 hamburger patties in a pressure cooker, the old time pressure cookers, and the meat would go down into the cabbage.
Right?
So you'd have the hamburger patty and the cabbage with that
Oh,
meat.
that sounds good.
It was wonderful.
That sounds really good.
You just had to have something that kept the food out of the water, and you know how much water cabbage has.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was kind of like steaming it under pressure. It was very, very good. All right, so I think I don't know what we're going to have. I know we're having some tamales, but that's not going to be the main thing. I don't know if it's going to be ham or if it's going to be turkey. A lot of people kind of get tired of the turkey at Thanksgiving, so sometimes one of the girls will request a specific thing, and it's usually something that is Mexican, and I can't remember the name of it, and I don't generally eat it, but there's plenty of food
Right.
to eat. I mean, I eat most any Mexican food, but there's some things that just, it has hominy. There's something that they cook that has
Okay.
hominy in it. I'm not a
Yes.
hominy fan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
Now, I
But
will
what do you,
say Christmas
go ahead.
Eve, we do Mexican. On Christmas Eve, we do
I
Mexican.
love Mexican food.
Yeah.
And that's not why I married my wife. But my mother-in-law will make me special chili rellenos with the
Okay.
rice and the beans and the homemade tortillas, and I love chili rellenos. She stuffs them with some spicy hamburger meat, and then they're
sounds good.
fried. Oh, it's so good.
You're making me hungry.
I've tried. Well, that's what we're doing to our listeners.
Yes.
I've tried having chili rellenos other places, and nope, it has to be my mother-in-law's. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to
Wow.
make them because
You
I haven't had
are?
one in a while. Yeah, don't want to, and I can't say anything. Can't say anything to her about them either because she will make them for me and bring them
Well,
to me the next time.
Yeah, I think she would enjoy that. That's
She
what,
does, but at her age, I don't want to make her work.
Oh,
She's
true.
worked long enough. All right, so that's what we're going to have. What are you going to have? There's plenty of time to let us know, and we can tell our audience next week, assuming we're going to record next week, because next week is we record this on Wednesday, so next week is the 24th.
Yeah, that's
and then,
Christmas Eve. So yeah.
Maybe we can record earlier, or I can record by myself. But you can let us know, and we'll tell people what it is that you're going to have for Christmas. All right, so and don't forget to tell us about sides and desserts too, because desserts can be often a lot of fun. All right, what a fun episode. We kick things off diving deep into overlanding with Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, the JLU, and the Gladiator JT, comparing the two, essential mods, packing tips, trip planning, challenges, and some killer destination ideas. Nikki G brought the laughs and chaos as always, and we wrapped up with some holiday spirit, sharing our Christmas dinner for traditions and debating the best feasts. If you love the show, support us on Patreon for bonus content and exclusives. Join the roundtable for deeper Jeep discussions. Sign up for our newsletter and so you can stay in the loop, and hop onto our Discord community to chat with fellow Jeepers, Jeep Talk Show Jeepers. Want to interact with us? Send voicemails, emails, or even guest ideas. Head over to jeeptalkshow.com/contact. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next one. Stay Jeeping. And if I don't get to talk to you, depending on what we're going to do on the recording, Merry Christmas, Amber, to you and your family.
Yes, Merry Christmas, April. Bye, y'all.
Did I call you Amber?
You called me Amber.
I didn't even hear it. Most of the time I hear it. Well, tell Amber to say Merry Christmas.
I talk about her too much,
all her family.
I will. I told you everybody gets all the A's mixed up. So
that's your fault. Yeah. You should have named her something else.
Should have.
You're my friend. You're my new friend.